few spots below there.
And you know, for the Hornets, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's got to be frustrating for them, Greg. You can't dwell on the past. You've got to think forward, work together, and play for one another.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. We've got Bismack Biyombo, Washington out there with Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the shooting guard. And for Brooklyn, they've got Joe Harris. Jared Allen is out there with Lance Thomas. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Chioza in at the point guard. Inching our way toward the end of the season here in the NBA, Doris, and just how much fatigue after all these games and all these months and practices and travel. How much fatigue are these players feeling, you think, right now?
Well, I think NBA players like to tell us, come March, come April, everybody has bumps and bruises. No one is 100%. What you're hoping to do as an NBA organization is manage the rest that you can possibly give to your guys down the stretch of the season, because the healthier you are going into the postseason, the better off you're going to be.
Now here's Allen, 6 to shoot. Here's Chioza. And off there, he misses his first shot of the night. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. A three-pointer off the mark. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, I got to talk to James Borrego a bit a few minutes ago. We talked about how they'll match up with Karis LeVert. Coach said his slashing ability is what stands out. We've got to keep him in front of us and force him to make perimeter shots. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
To the paint, Allen. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
Shoot two.
And he can't get the first one. And Greg, safe to say, Allen's defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside.
And he's good on the second.
Well, think about Mr. Jared Allen. He was not the first family member to get picked in the NBA draft. Let's remember, his dad taken by Dallas in the famous 1985 draft. His dad, however, would go on to have a playing career in Europe.
And that one drops.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Well, major height disadvantage. He recognizes that and still able to score it.
Now here's LeVert. He's coming off a 22-point game against Golden State.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around it, just his effort level was off the charts.
Here's Graham. Rozier the pass to Graham. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Graham's got his second basket of the night.
You know, I really like this. Instead of putting his head down, Terry Rozier keeping his eyes up and finding his open teammate.
Chioza passes to Harris. It's LeVert on the wing. Over Washington. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Nothing going right on the offensive end. 0 for 4 from the field.
That's a 2 from Rozier. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Bridges.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
Pass to LeVert. From deep. And the Nets miss again.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Nets trail by 5. Harris looking it over. Pass to LeVert. It's Biyombo with the rebound.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
Just a high-energy player. Bridges brings the aggression every possession.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Certainly something to keep an eye on. We'll see how the rotations go this time out. Every night it seems to be different.
Check the story out on Terry Rozier. Really been a key contributor over the past month. 6th in three-point field goal percentage and tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And back to his efficiency from 3, as you said, he's top 10 in the league. Defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball, but really to no avail.
Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
Unloads from 13. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Well, think about the Nets' Kenny Atkinson, a finalist last season for NBA Coach of the Year. This young coach got a well-deserved contract extension. And what I love is his team competes at a high level every night.
Now here's Allen. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. That one drops for him.
Caris LeVert, great confidence in his ability to get off the dribble drive and make things happen.
Here's Rozier. Combo trying to break free, and the basket by Rozier. Rozier's got his second bucket. And Doris, you think about how hard this Brooklyn team competes. I think they take right after their head coach.
I don't think there's any doubt, Kevin. Coach Atkinson is still willing to get on the court and jump into drills with his players. Let's remember, going back to the early days of his career, he was a player development coach. And before that, yes, he even played. That effort and willingness to break a sweat very much reflected in his group.
Charlotte leading by 5. Graham surveying the floor. A floater, good. Graham's got 6.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Here's Chiosa. 11 points for him in that last game against Golden State.
Well, you also have to credit the way he controlled the pace of the game and was able to create for his teammates.
Doris, you've said this often. It is incredibly difficult to compare guys of different positions in different eras, isn't it?
It really is. There's so many discussions about who's the GOAT, who's the greatest of all potential time. And there are certain names that are always going to pop to the top of the list, LeBron James. But it's very difficult to me, say, to compare a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one one of the greatest to ever man the center position, had the impossible to check sky hook. But how do you compare him with LeBron James, who, though he is, and I don't know what position he is, he may be the greatest passer in the history of the league. Like, let's enjoy individual greatness without comparison.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Cody Zeller's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Miles Bridges. And it's Batum in for Terry Rozier. And Allen drops them both.
And for the Nets, team dinners, you go to their practice facility, a beautiful rooftop space for team gatherings. Building chemistry is a focus for this franchise.
And that's not surprising, Greg, given that their front office is part of the San Antonio Spurs tree, so to speak. So staying connected as teammates, especially valuable in today's NBA. Love the culture here.
Charlotte shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. The first one falls. That one is no good. And second-round pick Kurucs ended up starting most of last season for the Nets as a rookie.
Well, think about it. Back in Europe, this guy was playing limited minutes for Barcelona. Some said they were trying to hide him from NBA scouts. But there is no question he is on everyone's radar now, Kev.
Zeller dishes to Green. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That one falls for Graham. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And so it's Brooklyn with it, trailing here by 8. Temple, the pass to Johnson. Over to the left wing. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
Well, terrific job by Tyler Johnson to do exactly what they want him to do. Find his open teammates.
And the pass to Zeller. Outside, Batum. Clock at 6. Here's Graham. Offensive rebound. Zeller tries again. Excellent D there from Allen.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
He kicks to Johnson. Here's Temple. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Passes it to Kurucs. Shoots over Batum. Again, the Nets for 2.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
With the teardrop and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Jared Allen.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
throw good. Nicholas Batum. Doris, you and I enjoy discussing pure scores, great shooters, but guys that can score a myriad of ways. Give us a couple of names that we don't always hear about that really impress you.
Well, one young man who I think has got an offensive game that is really continuing to grow and is quite beautiful already is Zach LaVine. But probably the best example, Kev, would have to be the multi-time winner of the Six-Man Award, and that's Sweet Lou Williams. This guy can score against any defense. He's great in pick and roll. He has become a better playmaker, but Lou Williams is a problem to guard.
As people will say, he is a professional scorer.
That's perfect, yes.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
And it's good, 2 points.
That's as Johnson's career has gone on, his confidence has grown exponentially. Nice shot there.
1:43 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Batum. Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Hornets lead by 8.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Now here's Johnson. Graham defending. Allen outside. Back to Johnson. Fires the three. That shot no good. And the Hornets now going the other way. Here's Bacon. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Graham. And Graham throws it down.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
Wow, they've come out strong. Control the pace, assert their will. Nice.
Here's Luau. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Kicks it to Temple. No good on that one. Great D that time from Batum. To the inside. Bacon gets the bucket.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Allen hits the jump hook. Allen's got 5 now.
Well, you like to see Jared Allen play to his strength. Just terrific at cashing in on the interior.
Graham with the ball. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Heat in Miami.
And equally spent as much energy on his D. I mean, 4 steals kind of tell the story.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Hornets on top as they wrap up the first quarter on a 12-4 run. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Looking at what we've seen from the Hornets, pretty much in control here, it would appear.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
And so Graham will bring it up for Charlotte. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Caruch is out there with Jared Allen. And it's Tyler Johnson, and it's Crawford, and it's Luwawu in at the 3. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking coming up for the Charlotte Hornets. On Friday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Sunday, they'll tip off a road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic.
And you know, for that Knicks game, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
And both free throws good for Nicholas Batum. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder.
Thanks, Kev.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard. Certainly been a good month for these teams on the offensive glass. The 4th spot held by the Nets.
They have been aggressive underneath. I mean, they're playing with a physicality that you don't often see, and it's led to a lot of second chance points.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Pass to Caruch. Allen against Zeller. Shot clock at 6. Allen kicks to Johnson. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
And with the pause here, how about the stats for Jared Allen? 3rd in shooting percentage, 14th in blocks. And he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And it's a strong accomplishment. 3rd best in field goal percentage. He just refuses to take bad shots. That's why his coaches love him. Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Lance Thomas comes in for Rodions Kurucs. And Harris subbed in for Luwawu. 4 on the clock. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
These are the kinds of plays that can be game changers, that can make you hang your head.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Chioza's checked in. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Biombo's checked in. Bridges passes to Bacon. Rozier with the ball. Guarded by Harris. Now, here's Rozier. He's coming off a 40-point game against Miami. And with the 6'8" arm span, Terry Rozier, Doris, plays a lot bigger than his 6'1" height.
Kevin, there is no doubt this is one of the outstanding rebounders from the guard position. He is an excellent defensive player. Scary Terry can hurt you on both ends of the floor.
And he makes the first.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
And he makes both free throws.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Crawford looking over the floor. Thomas, it's a wide open look. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
How about that catch and release? Lance Thomas showing why he's poised and ready to provide anything this team needs.
Biombo kicks to Rozier. Poked loose. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's Crawford. The teardrop falls in. Crawford's got his first points in this one.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
And here is Bridges. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Rozier. Lays it up and banks it in. Rozier's got 8 points.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Now here is Harris. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. It's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
A nice shot by Zeller.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Timeout call. The Nets. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors. Karis LeVert's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And Brooklyn has possession. It's a 16-point game. The pass to LeVert. Shot clock at 6. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
That's just a feel that you have in the pick and roll game. Really good understanding of how to break the defense down by Karis.
Biyombo, the pass to Bridges. Now Zeller. Back to Bridges. Biyombo kicks to Zeller. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Rozier for 3. The rebound by the Nets. Now LeVert. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. And there it is for him. That's 7 points for Jared Allen.
Boy, that's a little bit of toughness and concentration. Jared Allen under duress of the defense. Nicely done.
With the floater, and it's laid in by Rozier. And the Hornets lead by 14.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
Chioza passes to LeVert. Allen kicks to LeVert. From down in the low post, it goes. LeVert's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And there's a deceptive strength to the lean frame of Karis LeVert, showing tremendous strength on his way to a tough finish.
Rozier looking around. Passes it to Bridges. Shoots a fader. They get it back. Biyombo. That's good.
We call that persistence, folks. Bismack Biyombo is a force on the offensive glass.
Here's Chioza. LeVert with it. Here's Allen. And the layup's good off the glass. Allen's got 9 points.
Well, so often we're talking about Jared Allen's length, and he does it nicely on the offensive glass right there.
Here's Rozier, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Brooklyn called for the foul. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. first one falls for him.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
Garrett Temple has checked in for the Nets. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Charlotte. And so he hits both. We're seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the range right now, but when you look in your crystal ball, George, what might be the next player trend in the NBA?
So we saw the evolution of big men as three-point shooters, men being able to enter the league as sort of back to the basket, consistent rebounding forces out of the post, now stepping away and becoming threats as face-up scorers. To me, one of the most intriguing young players in the league right now is Nikola Jokic. Here's a 7-foot guy who is a tremendous playmaker. His instinct is to pass more than it is to score. So you wonder, is that the next evolution of big men? And then the other thing, Kevin, you are starting to see offensive rebounding went away as a focal point of teams in the NBA. You are starting to see teams go back after the offensive glass. Does that continue?
Second chance is a big statistic, isn't it?
It is.
Bridges for 3. Here's Biyombo. And it's Biyombo with the jam.
Well, showing off that athleticism is Bismack Biyombo. That's an easy one.
Nets trail by 16. Here's Chiozza. Now here's LeVert. Chiozza scanning the floor. Fires from deep. Batum grabs the miss. Charlotte leading by 16. Pass to Zeller. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Let's see the stat sheet here on Miles Bridges, how the second half of the season has shaped up for him, averaging 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
And that one misses. Charlotte making a switch. Graham's checked in. And the second free throw, good. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Nets, trailing by 17. Rozier against LeVert. Johnson outside. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Biyombo's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Over to the wing. 1:06 left in the first half of basketball. The kick out to Rozier. Off target with his 3. Last outing for Charlotte was a loss to the Heat in Miami. Johnson outside. Pass to LeVert to stop the drought, and the 3 ball is good. LeVert's got 11 points.
Well, you cannot allow Karis LeVert to square up from deep. When he's in rhythm, he's going to knock down that shot with great consistency.
Left side, Batum, and he gets it to go. 8 points for him.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Now the pass to Caruch. There's 14 seconds left here in the second. Back to Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. LeVert from outside. No good on the shot. From deep three-point range. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And we'll be back with you shortly.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Charlotte had no problems getting going. They were in control as the game got underway, going on an 8-1 run. At the end of one, they were still firmly in control, up by 12. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
Well, it has been an electric performance. These guys were firing on all cylinders. They came out aggressive, going after those rebounds, and they were piling it up. I think they wanted to send a message with their physicality, and they're going to be nearly impossible to stop if they're playing that way.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
That was very undisciplined half of basketball they just played. You can see it in all the points they gave up at the free throw line. Listen, I don't mind the aggressive attitude, but they took it too far with all the silly, crazy fouls.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Nice game. Great performance by Terry Rozier.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Hornets. You've got Rozier. Bridges out there with Washington. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Graham in at the shooting guard position. Here's Chioza. Allen finds Thomas. The Nets working the ball around now. Shot clock at 5. Here's LeVert. Kept alive. Thomas's shot is off. Bridges against Harris. Here's Biyombo. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, with that frame, if Bismack Biyombo gets that kind of position, your best bet is to foul him.
First trip to the line for him here.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Shoot 2.
He's off on the first.
What you want from a guy who's going to be a defensive specialist is understand your role, be ferocious, and be aggressive. And that's what you get with Bismack Biyombo.
He hits the second from the line. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Nets trail by 17. Here's Chioza. On the wing, Harris. Bangs home the trifecta. Harris has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Catch and shoot. Is that Joe Harris' specialty? I think it is.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
Now, here's Rozier. He's got 14. And again, the Hornets missing.
Well, an 0 for 3 start to the half. You need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
Pass to Chioza. Harris up top. Defended by Bridges. Harris kicks to Thomas. Here's Chioza. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Biyombo's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Graham. Biyombo trying to break free.
This guy is a sensational shot blocker. Jared Allen twice on the pipes.
Chioza. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. Chioza's got his second bucket tonight.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Rozier kicks to Bridges. Drains it from beyond the arc. Bridges has got 5 points so far.
Capable of scorching you from the perimeter. When Bridges has a great look, he takes advantage.
Pass to LeVert. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That is his first foul of the game. And Brooklyn making a change here. Crawford's checked in. The Hornets also with a sub. Bacon, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Here's Chioza. Five to shoot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Miles Bridges. The Nets have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. First free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time. Hornets leading by 11. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. Taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. And the basket by Rozier.
Way to create just enough separation to get that shot to go.
Well, to me, that's about skill overcoming size. And how about the fearlessness at the offensive end?
Here's Chioza. A rebound by Washington. Washington's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause. This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Harris kicks to Allen. Crawford outside. Allen inside. Graham defending. Allen, that's good.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end. But right now, the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
Now, here's Rozier. He's tightly guarded. And here's Chioza. He'll bring it up for the Nets. 11-point game. And he makes that one. 6 points for Jamal Crawford.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Pass to Washington. The pass to Bacon. Second shot opportunity. We shoot again. And we can talk all we want about their passing, but from three-point range, these point guards have been filling it up for the past month. Number 1, Terry Rozier.
I mean, his first job is to orchestrate for his teammates, but being as fantastic as he is at shooting the three, he's never reluctant to take that shot if it's available.
You know, and as the league's top three-point shooting guard, he has the green light at all times. And, you know, that gives a dimension to their offense that every single team in the league would absolutely love to have.
First free throw is good. Charlotte making some changes. Cody Zeller's checked in for Miles Bridges. And it's Batum and for Terry Rozier. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Crawford. He's got 6. This is to Johnson. Passes to Luau from the arc. Hornets with the rebound. 17 points was their biggest margin. Outside Batum. And he banks in the layup. Batum's got 10 points in the game.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Here's Johnson, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson.
And let's briefly take a look at the stats. For Temple, how's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 10 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Graham, the pass to Zeller. Right side, Batum. Back to Zeller, and taken away by Johnson. Teardrop shot, and he lays it up and in.
Listen, teams know Tyler Johnson is explosive, so they don't want him getting to the cup. He does the next best thing, right? Send that floater in, Tyler.
Now, here's Batum. 10 points for him. And here is Graham. That shot off. Nets trail by 11. Johnson right side. Back to Crawford. Shoots over Graham. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Pass to Batum. The baseline jam. Paul's checked in for Jamal Crawford. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Johnson, the pass to Caruth. And the Nets miss again. Hornets leading by 11. Graham kicks to Batum. Over Johnson. A shot by Batum, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Luau, the pass to Johnson. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Caruth just got his second bucket of the night. And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
LeVert's checked in for Brooklyn.
And let's take a look now at LeVert's numbers. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. 11th in scoring, and he's as opportunistic as anybody defensively, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in steals per game.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his presence, I think. Batum, good. Batum's got 12 in the game.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now here's Johnson, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Now here's LeVert, guarded closely. Offline with his three. And so Graham will bring it up for the Hornets. 17 points was their biggest margin. Knocked away. And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession. Biyombo is checked in for Washington. Now Graham. He's got 12. Pocket 6. Down low and taken away by Johnson. Here's the break. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Temple kicks to Luwawu Cabarro. Johnson outside. Here's Karuch, and the shot goes in. Karuch has got it back down to single digits for the Nets.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
16 feet away. Good if it goes. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Hornets lead by 9. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. It's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Nets trail by 9. Luwawu is out there with Garrett Temple. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Tyler Johnson. And it's Karuch in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Karuch. Kicks it out to Johnson. He can't get that one to fall. And Charlotte will go the other way with it.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
And Charlotte turns it over again.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
The Nets making a switch here. Harris is checked in. Miles Bridges, he's checked in for the Hornets. Johnson with it. Now here's Levert. And stolen by Graham. And they pick up 2.
Tremendous effort getting the steal, then getting the ball up the court.
It amazes me how quickly you can change ends. You've got to be prepared to sprint the floor.
Johnson kicks to Luwawu Cabarro. On the wing, Harris. Defended by Bridges. Just 4 to shoot. The 3 from Johnson. It's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. In the corner, it's Bridges. Zeller trying to free himself up. They grab their own miss. Second chance effort.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Rozier, he's checked in for the Hornets. And so Zeller nails both of them. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Here's Chioza. Pass to Levert for 3. Hits it from 3-point range.
It just feels like there are nights where Caris LeVert is unguardable. I don't need to tell you, this is one of those nights.
Here's Graham. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And there's the pass to Harris. Ball's knocked loose. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Nets trail by 12. Here's LeVert. And it's Biyombo with the rebound. And so Graham will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Chioza passes to LeVert. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Allen dishes to Thomas. It's good.
Okay, Jared Allen, we see you making that look for a big man. That's a pretty pass.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Graham with the bucket.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Chioza. Passes it to LeVert. Pass to Chioza. High arcing shot, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Charlotte leading by 12. And here is Graham. Pass to Biyombo. Back to Rozier. There's the pass to Chioza. Harris outside. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. 17 points was their biggest margin. Bridges. Count it. And the Hornets lead by 14.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Timeout called the Nets.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
And the Hornets making a change here. Washington's checked in. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively. He said, make the easy play. Take care of the ball. We can't afford to just give away golden opportunities. We'll see if they can clean it up, guys.
And at 6'6", Joe Harris has been asked to play a lot of minutes at that small forward position. Doris, do you think that's his natural spot?
Well, I think he's gotten pretty good in terms of his strength, if not the length for the 3 spot. He's worked really hard defensively to get better and better. And offense, though, that's where he's going to make his money. He can make shots consistently.
No good on the free throw.
Now you think about it, over time, Joe Harris has made himself a viable option as an NBA player. He's got such offensive versatility.
And he sinks the second. Here's Rozier. The feed to Graham. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Rozier's got his 4th assist in this one. Nets trail by 15. Here's Chioza. He kicks to Thomas. Passes it to LeVert. 6 to shoot. Allen in the post, working on Biyombo. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on the Charlotte Hornets. He misses the free throw. Good on the second free throw. And so Graham will bring it up for Charlotte. Takes the 13-footer. It's hauled in by Harris. Nets trail by 14. Pass to LeVert. Here's Chioza. Pass to Harris. Shot clock at 6. The Hornets pull it in. Biyombo's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Bridges kicks to Biyombo. He dishes it to Graham. Thomas with the block. Now LeVert. Harris outside. It's LeVert on the wing. And the three off target.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
To the middle. Here's Allen. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. LeVert's got 4 assists now tonight.
Jared Allen continues to do the dirty work down low. This guy is so fundamentally sound.
And the Hornets call time here. Well, at 6'7" Doris, Caris LeVert describing himself as a point/shooting guard.
Well, why not? Because his slashing ability, his blinding speed off the dribble is really what makes him problematic. His burst is special, and it doesn't matter if he's going left or right.
And with this game closing in on the final buzzer, let's take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And guys, this really has been his night. He's done a lot of things well, but his scoring really put him over the top. You can see how determined he's been every time he's gotten his hands on the ball. Great drive and also great focus offensively.
Their previous 2 games have been losses, so something had to change to get them going again. And he provided that spark, giving them a huge jolt of energy. Hornets leading by 14. The pass to Bridges. Kicks it to Graham. Fast break, here they come. Here's LeVert. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Well, good recognition there. Caris LeVert seizes the opportunity to get the steal and get out in transition.
Graham with the ball. Harris is there. And again, the Hornets missing.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the boards.
Chioza, no good.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Yep, it counts. Graham's got 24 points.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
LeVert with it.
Switch.
The shot, no good. Now Charlotte takes it the other way. 17 points was their biggest margin. Passes it to Washington. Now here's Rozier. He's guarded closely. Stolen by LeVert. Harris finds LeVert. 1:30 left in the 4th. Pass to Allen. And slam dunk by Allen.
One of Jared Allen's best qualities is his motor. That activity paying dividends with his scoring.
So it's the Hornets now, leading by 12. Pass to Bridges. The dish to Graham. And the pass to Rozier. 5 on the clock. From 15 feet away. Moves back up. Graham with the bucket. And the Hornets lead by 14.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Charlotte.
On a given night, one or two guys might have the off night from the line, but today the team did a much better job with their free throws.
They didn't lose focus, and it made a difference.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Harris outside. No good with the layup. So Rozier will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. It's a 14-point game. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long, everyone.